Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome back to another episode of DollCast. In today's episode, we are going to be chatting with LynnLife. Hi!
Hey guys!
We're going to start off with the lightning round just so people can quickly get to know you, what you're about, all that. So what kind of content do you make on your YouTube channel?
I don't even know what to call it really. It's just kind of like a mashup of whatever I feel like making, but mostly I feel like I do opinions and rant videos and kind of just all my dolls videos because I get way too many dolls. But yeah, I don't know, kind of whatever I'm feeling in the moment, but I'm not really a stop motion person or a lifestyle kind of thing just because I can't really figure it out.
Yeah, I can't do stop motion either.
Nope.
Too much patience.
Oh yeah, I don't have any patience at all.
How many subscribers do you have?
I just hit 1,500 yesterday, so
Congrats.
That's pretty cool. Kind of interesting. Wasn't expecting that at all, so.
You've been growing so fast lately, it's crazy. And we're definitely going to talk about that.
Sounds good.
How many dolls do you have?
I just bought my 50th last week. So, yep, that's a pretty good number, I think. I think I'm probably going to stop there for now. Hopefully.
I have a feeling you're not going to stop.
No, probably not. I wish I would, but no, probably not going to happen.
AG is an addiction.
It really is. It's so bad.
Who was your first doll?
Marisol. So I got her in 2005. It was my first doll ever. So I had to go to the store to get her. And it was pretty cool, but it was also interesting because I didn't know anything about them at all. But then I didn't really have any friends either. So I didn't really have anybody that knew about dolls other than me at the time. So it was interesting, but she was definitely the one that got me into it. That was a good choice.
So who was your most recent doll as of the time of this recording?
Well, technically, I guess it was I got a Kanani that I customized, but I also recently got a Kirsten that I have to send to the hospital, so kind of the same time, but I don't know, whichever one counts.
So now we're going to move on to the first category of questions, and that is YouTube. I know a lot of you guys wanted to know a lot of YouTube questions, especially about growth and things like that when I asked on Instagram, so make sure you keep watching this section if you are interested in that. So why did you decide to start an AGTube?
Honestly, I was just super bored. It was the whole quarantine thing and I had nothing to do and my work shut down and I was like, I am gonna go crazy if I don't have a hobby. I also kind of just wanted to test what I learned in school and see if it actually worked in real time without a teacher watching me do stuff. So I figured, it was something I could try. Plus I always liked editing stuff. So I thought it might be a good mix and it kind of worked out pretty well and it was a good hobby. So yeah, that's kind of why I started.
So how did you come up with your channel name?
I don't know. I guess because I'm in marketing, I wanted it to be really memorable and something that people would remember. And I knew I didn't want to do anything related to AG just because I didn't know if that's what I was going to stick with or not. I didn't know if I would change it last minute and do something completely different. So I wanted to make sure that it could be anything I wanted, but that would also fit for if I decided to keep doing AG stuff. So I don't know. It just kind of worked out, I guess.
So how do you come up with your video ideas? Because they're all very creative and stuff I've never really seen on AGTube before.
I don't really know. I think I just I don't know. I kind of just think what would I want to see if I were watching people? And I really like intense stuff, really extreme kind of stuff. I like all the doll stuff kind of, but I'm really attracted to really kind of in your face titles and stuff. And I figured let's just make some crazy stuff that people wouldn't expect. And I like ranking dolls and that probably really led to that.
I think with all my dolls videos being very popular and you've told me this before, a lot of your content centers around that, I think it increases the amount of views and because it's a very popular topic.
Yeah. What I've noticed from just kind of not only what I've learned in school, but also just from doing this is that YouTube rewards you if you kind of have a similar thing you do a lot because they recognize you for that. So then anytime I notice that I go outside of that kind of box that I put myself in, I don't do as well. So it's kind of just fitting in where I but also doing something I actually enjoy time and time again. So that's kind of hard, but it's worked out so far. So we'll see if I can keep doing this for a long time.
Why do you think you blew up so fast in the doll community?
I don't know. I'm not a very social person. I'm not somebody that normally does well on social media. Any social media I have for myself, I never post anything. I'm not somebody that does that. And so it was weird for me to come on here because it's never been a thing where people are oh my god, I love what you're doing, do more of it. And I was this is weird. But I think I was kind of so caught up in how cool that was that I wanted to keep making content. So I from the very beginning was kind of pushing out a lot of stuff at one time. I think that kind of helped like jumpstart it. And from there, I just kind of repeated what I was doing and just figured that must work. So I guess kind of like just feeling what I was feeling and doing like the things that I would have watched. I think that helped me a lot because I knew if I made anything that I wouldn't have watched it as a viewer, that no one else would have watched it either.
What tips do you have to maintain your momentum and views that you've had from your initial blow up? Because all of your videos are like consistently getting over 1,000 views, and a lot of them actually have more views than you have subscribers, which is amazing. So I'm curious, do you have any tips to kind of keep that momentum going?
Well, what I did, like, that's probably the biggest thing is like, because it's mostly luck in like the first initial, like somebody notices your video, but like the thing you have to do is like know what to do once that happens to keep the momentum going and to keep going like that, kind of like a snowball effect. And so I figured that, you know, the thing I could do is kind of take whatever that video was that succeeded and kind of try to replicate it, but make it a little bit different so it still had that same appeal to people, but it was a different topic. And that way, like, those same people are gonna watch it again. And then I think the more that people look at your stuff, the same people, it starts to like bring in new people, and then it goes on trending, and then you can keep going. So I think just like repeating what your success is and trying to like replicate that as best as you can. And also like taking whatever trend you had, like if the video that you made that did really well was 5 minutes, like do another 5-minute video, like try to do a similar looking thumbnail, like anything you can to try to make that happen again, I think.
That's really useful information, so I know I'll definitely try and implement some of those tips for my channel, and I'm sure a bunch of the viewers will too. So what is your whole process when creating videos, like the step-to-step things of like what you do?
So I've noticed the only time that I can make a video that I actually enjoy and that does well is if I make it the same day as posting. Like I have to go from not even having an idea of what I'm gonna make to making it, uploading it, everything within 4 hours. That's the only way it works.
You're like the opposite of me.
I can't do anything long term. I have no patience, and I lose momentum if I stop. So then I come back to it, I'm like, I don't remember what my thought process was, I don't remember what I was trying to do. So I have to go right from like, okay, I'm gonna do this right now, I'm gonna go film it, I'm gonna do all this stuff, here it is. And that's, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of not great.
That's me with the DollCast. I love interviewing people. This right now, what we're doing, recording, is my favorite part because I love getting to know people and even just getting my questions answered.
Yes.
But then if I like wait too long to edit it, like that's why my last episode took me 2 months. There's no visual. It's so boring to edit and it's very long.
Yep.
I hate sitting through it. So then I'm like lose my motivation.
I have this video that's of my brother and my boyfriend they're dressing my dolls as a competition. I've had all of the footage for probably 2 months now, and I just have never edited it. I totally lost focus on it. Like I know I'm gonna have to do it eventually, I just haven't done it. So it's like, I just gotta push it out, just gotta get through it. Doesn't happen.
I've had videos sometimes where I'll film something and then I leave it like just like all the footage is imported, but I haven't done anything with it for like a while. And then I'm like, try to edit it. I'm not motivated. I'm like, you know what? We're just scrapping this entire video.
Oh yeah, all the time. I'll do like things where I'll film it, I'll put it on my computer, and I'll go back in like a month and look at it and be like, why did I think this was good quality? Like I have to redo this. What was I doing? Like no, so bad.
Going back to like the main point I wanted to get at though, like I used to film videos like a lot of the times like the day before or even the day of, because I'm like, it's Saturday, I have to post a video, I don't have anything planned, what do I do? And then that video normally ends up like being short, kind of boring, and I just feel like as like someone who's making videos, I feel accomplished that I got a whole video done in a few hours, but I feel like it's not as good quality as my videos that I'll spend a little bit more time working on, but that's just me.
I mean, I think it really depends on the content you're putting out too,
Yeah.
because if it's something where it's like, you know, you have a lot of like moving parts to it, you're gonna want to like take some time on it. But if it's something really easy, it's usually easy for me to just like do the audio, quick upload it. So it really depends.
Ever since I like got my microphone, I've been doing a lot more voiceover content. So I'll, like do a quick video, just like film it over and over, like repeat it. And then I can just be like super lazy when I'm just doing my videos. I can just chill at my desk, do a voiceover, and there's a video.
Exactly. Those are the best ones. They're easy. People like them though. Like they love hearing your opinion, just hearing you talk, which is crazy. Because I was like, I didn't realize this would be a thing where people just want to hear somebody else talk. Podcasts blew my mind.
Like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, my videos are like so boring. It's literally just me talking to a camera, and like all I'm doing editing wise is like cutting. So that's why I'm trying to like do more B-roll shots and experiment with that to like put over my boring talking.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've been trying to do that more often. I always forget though, and I'm like, oh well, maybe next time. Doesn't happen.
Like I'll pop a photo on the screen a lot, stuff like that. What equipment do you use for your videos?
So I kind of have like a whole bunch of stuff just from previous, because I actually had like a personal YouTube channel that kind of failed, and I don't know, I might do that again later, I don't know, but I had like a ring light, and that's what I use, like that makes all the good lighting, is the ring light. Super important for me. I have like this box light that I pretty much never use because it's like a weird yellowy color, but I'm hoping I might replace that and use that.
I hate yellow lighting.
Yep, It's terrible. I use a MacBook for all my editing. I have a Canon Rebel T3i for like real footage if I really want it to be like good, but most of the time I end up using, what is it called? It's the Canon G7X Mark II. Yeah, that's what I use for most of my filming, just because it's easy. It's a vlog camera, so I can take it everywhere with me, and it's just consistent, and it kind of like, it fixes itself as you're recording, which is something that I'm terrible about, so it like automatically fixes it. I'm like, I love that. Thank you for fixing my lighting and all this stuff. I use Premiere Pro for my editing, and yeah, I have this microphone that I recently got that I use for audio now, but mostly I used to just use like the regular earbuds with the little mic, so I don't know. It kind of changes. I evolve it as I go, but pretty basic stuff.
For me, I've definitely gotten equipment over time. Like every year I'll get like 1 or 2 new things to upgrade. Every time I get a new piece of equipment, it just motivates me to make more videos.
It's good. I feel like sometimes I'll get a new piece of equipment and I'm like, okay, I'm excited, but then I leave it there for like 3 months and don't use it. And then I'm like, wait a second, I gotta put it in there. But like, I always feel too comfortable doing what I normally do. So it takes a while.
That was me with my editor. I got Final Cut Pro in like December and I started using it and I realized it was taking up so much storage. So then I was like using iMovie again, and I had projects I had to finish up, and then I finally bought a hard drive and I use it, but I still do use iMovie for some things just because I'm comfortable with it.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really big thing. I have an external hard drive. I have like 4 of them now, and they're like my lifesaver. I love those things. I have so many of them, and they're like 4 terabytes each, so I never run out of space, and it's like, it's the best thing in the world. And every year for Christmas, I'm like, please get me another external hard drive. That's all I want, another one. Like, they're the best thing.
Especially because I find like with YouTube, I have a bunch of videos, and videos take up so much storage. Like I'm always running out of space, and my computer doesn't have a ton of storage. I don't have backups of like any of my videos, so I'm just praying nothing happens to them because I just can't store it anywhere. I want to start keeping at least DollCast on my hard drive though, because I feel like that's something that can be useful in life.
Probably, that would be good.
So how do you stay motivated to make videos and avoid burnout, especially because you post several times a week?
I don't even know. Like, I'm not sure. I guess I just like, I do get burned out, and I've had times where like I think the best thing I've ever done is be like, okay, I'm sick of it. I'm taking 2 whole weeks off. I'm not even looking at it. And that helps me so much because I feel like if I do that every few months, then I'm fine. But like if I wait too long, I have to take like longer time off. But taking a week off is great because I think over that time, I start to actually remember like, oh my God, I love doing this. I really want to do it again. I actually get that like fire beneath me. But like doing it all the time, definitely, you just gotta like figure out what keeps you excited. I feel like watching some people that like really love dolls, like I always go back and watch the original doll videos that I used to watch when I was younger if I ever feel like burned out, to remember like why I even did it in the first place and be like, wait a second, I love this, I gotta keep going. I don't know, just figuring it out, but breaks are important for sure.
And like, don't be afraid to take breaks too. If you miss a week of uploading, like sometimes if I'm really busy, I'll skip a week. I wouldn't say take a year hiatus or anything like that, but like if you need to take a few weeks off, that's fine.
Mental health is super important, especially for stuff like this, because you have to be in the right mindset. Otherwise, you'll go crazy and you'll overanalyze everything, and it's just not good. So breaks are super important.
I've been in AGIG burnout a bit lately, where I feel like my photos aren't like very creative, and I still kind of feel like I have to do it because it's a job. But like YouTube has been a lot more fun. I've always enjoyed videos more than taking photos.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like I'm better at doing videos. And now with monetization, which we're actually talking about soon, I've got a little bit more motivation to keep creating really good content, I feel.
Yeah, I think hitting 1,000 was always like a big goal for me, like something that kept me motivated.
What are the biggest struggles you've experienced so far with being on AGTube?
I don't know. I feel like there's like weird lags where like I'm not seeing a lot of change, and that frustrates me, I guess. I don't really care if like my subscribers grow, but like I get at that weird point where I'm like, I can't think of any video ideas. Like I feel like no one's watching my stuff. Like it just feels kind of like I get stuck there.
So the next kind of topic within the whole YouTube thing I want to cover is monetization, because I know it's something that just happened to me, so it's been on my mind a lot lately. It happened to you not too long ago. There's actually a few people I know who watch my videos who don't know what that is, so I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So how quickly after you started did you become monetized on YouTube?
I think because I started really in June and I was monetized in the middle of December, so I don't know, I don't math, like 6 months maybe, 6.5, 7, something like that. I don't know. I hit 1,000 and monetization in the same day. So that was crazy.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I hit watch hours and people the same day, which I was like, I was never expecting that. It was crazy. Especially like so neat. It was kind of cool because it was like one day I'm not there and the next day there's the button, and I was like, oh my God. What just happened?
For me, I hit 1,000 subscribers back in January 2019, and it took me a long time to get my watch hours. I only got my watch hours a few days ago. Looking back, I think the reason it took me so long is a lot of my older videos were so short, and I don't even know how I managed to make content on that, but like there'd be like 3-4 minute videos. I made a lot of repetitive videos too. I just really hate my old content in terms of like, I thought I was creative, but they weren't stuff people were searching for. So I feel like recently I've been understanding a bit more of the strategy aspect of YouTube, and it's something I'm really interested in nowadays. And I feel like that's helped. I'm just hoping I can keep up the momentum of the watch hours instead of like, because I told people and they really did come through like watching my content and stuff like that. I'm really hoping that my watch hours don't start diminishing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the thing I was thinking about, because I always knew how it worked just because I was curious about it like way before I ever started my channel, but I knew that you only had a year to get 4,000 watch hours. And I was like, okay, I'm fine until I hit that year mark, and then it starts to go away, like whatever you overlap. So I was like, okay, if I don't hit it within a year, then some of the watch hours I originally had are going to start disappearing, and I have to like make up for that. And I was like, I will never catch up if I reach that year mark. There's no way. So I feel like that's probably really hard once you've been on there for over a year, because you're losing those hours.
But then you also have to think though, like, you're still growing within that year, and if you already hit that milestone, like, you should keep growing.
Yeah. You'd think, hopefully.
Hopefully my subscribers don't go stagnant.
No, I know, me too. I'm constantly like, when am I gonna hit my max? Like, when is that gonna stop? Like, that's fine. I don't really care if I stop growing, but it's like, I'm curious about it. Because I'm like, I can't really get that many more. There can't be that many people that are interested in American Girl dolls online. Like, I gotta hit it sometime.
That's what I think all the time, because like, we're not growing as fast as like human related channels, because like, what random person's like, I want to look up American Girl videos today. Exactly. But then just looking at my audience, even though I'm gearing my content towards teens and adults, there are a lot of like younger kids who do watch these videos.
Yeah.
And there's always kids who are getting into dolls, getting into AGTube, and I think those are who a bunch of my new subscribers are. Probably similar to you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting, because I think it's like a revolving door, because people grow out of dolls, they stop watching our videos, but then there's also people coming in all the time, so it's like, it's kind of like this weird balance, but I don't really know how much of my subscriber base is still watching my videos. You know, you have to like look at analytics for that, and I still haven't quite figured that out, but you know, it's cool, because you never know who's watching your videos. You get new people all the time that are super into it, and I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever.
And then they become like kind of regulars in the comment section, and it's nice.
I know. I love when people are like, I love your channel, like it makes me want to start a channel, or it like got me back into dolls, and I'm like, that makes me so happy, because that's like why I started, was because of one AGTuber who like made my life so happy, and like seriously, she's the reason why I started. And I was like, if I'm that person for one person, that's like the coolest thing in the entire world, so it's all good.
So do you watch a lot of AGTube, and who are some of your favorite AGTubers?
I don't really watch a ton of it. Like, I watch some, I think. I mean, I try not to like spend too much time in it, just because I feel like I get influenced by stuff I see. Like, even if I'm not trying to, like, it gets kind of subconsciously in my head. Like, oh, I saw that video, I forgot about it, now I kind of have that idea in my head, and I don't want to do that. So it's kind of like I try not to watch too much of it, but I do watch, like, anything that people who talk to me a lot, I think, like my friends, I watch a lot of their videos, and like some people that leave comments on my videos, I'm like, oh, what are you up to, kind of thing. But I don't really watch too much of like the normal kind of stuff, just like things that pique my interest. So I don't know. I really like, I don't even know. I like there's so many people I watch. I like my friends. I watch Kyla a lot. I watch your stuff a lot. I watch your stuff and I'm like, I can't figure out like it just blows my mind like how you've been doing this for so long. I'm like, how do you keep coming up with ideas? Like, what have you been doing this entire time? I'm like, oh my god, okay.
Girl, you have like so many videos this year with all unique ideas.
I mean, I only have like 84 videos, I think, in total, and I'm like, I am maxing myself out. I have no idea how people have been doing this for so long, because I'm like, I can't think of anything else. Like, I'm just repeating myself. I have no idea.
I guess in terms of like coming up with video ideas, I use the notes app for everything on my computer and my phone. So I'll just watch YouTube. Sometimes I'll see a really creative video somebody else did, and I'll write that down with like credit, like I did with one of your videos, Dolls I'll Never Get, and that one actually did really well. I just did it because I thought it was interesting. So yeah, people do like opinion videos.
I know. And it's weird because I think you have to get past that like initial shock of like there are going to be people who get mad at you. It's just going to happen. Like there are hate comments on everything.
That video has like I don't know, 9 dislikes or something, but like over 100 likes, so like I don't really care. And if you're gonna get that upset over me not liking a doll, like it's a piece of dyed vinyl, for goodness sake.
Exactly, that's the thing. I'm like, anytime I do opinion, like if I do a review, I almost always have somebody like up in arms because it's their favorite doll. I'm like, first of all, why are you watching a review on a doll you already have? And secondly, like if I just say this doll's perfect, like people who aren't gonna like it are gonna buy it, and I don't want that to happen because I wish somebody would have told me originally like the dolls I have that weren't that great, you know?
Sometimes I'll watch like human YouTube videos, and then if I see something that I really like, I'll figure out how I can make it doll related. Or sometimes I'm just like, this video would be really fun to make, so I write it down and I always have a stock of video ideas.
Yes. I love to get inspiration from outside of AG because I feel like people kind of like non-intentionally get themselves in like a box, you know, where like you see what other people are doing and you feel like that's what you should be doing. But I feel like if you watch other YouTube, you start to kind of get in this like thought process of, oh, like you can really do anything you want. Like here's some crazy idea that has nothing to do with anything I've ever seen. That's totally fine, you know?
I was watching from like my Zodiac series. I want to do a part 2 with the Girl of the Year one. I'm just too lazy to do my research right now. But like I watched a video and it was like a Studio Ghibli movie for your Zodiac sign based on that. And then I got into like a loop of watching this channel where she did that. And I was like, why don't we do American Girls for Zodiac signs?
Yes.
And I hadn't seen anything like that on YouTube. So yeah. So what are your YouTube goals for the year of 2021?
You know, I don't know. I guess I want to hit probably like 200,000 views because I'm at 120 right now. And I don't know. We'll see if that happens. It's not really like, honestly, I don't really have a goal past 1,000 because that's really all I cared about. And I felt it was just going to be like a hobby I did for 6 months and then dropped it. So now I'm kind of like, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm just kind of doing stuff I like, seeing what's fun. I think it'd be fun to kind of make enough money to like get a couple more dolls this year off of YouTube. That would be a cool goal. You know, 2,000 by the end of the year would be great. At the rate I'm going, I'll probably get past it, but I like what I'm doing. So, you know, it's all good. It's kind of just like, you know, I want to have, I want to reach like 150 videos by the end of this year because I have like 85 out. So we'll see if I get anywhere close to that, but that would be kind of cool. Mostly just like personal goals.
So we're going to move on to the next category, and that is today's game. I like playing games because it's kind of a break and it's fun. So we're going to be doing true or false. So I have 5 questions, or like more so statements about American Girl, and you have to guess if it's true or false.
Oh, no.
Ready?
Okay.
So first one, Truly Me 58 released in 2014.
Oh my god. 58. We're at 80. Right? Almost 90. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god, that's scary. I wonder who Doll 100's gonna be.
Because I feel like she probably released in like 2016, but I don't know. I'm gonna say false.
False is correct. She was released in 2012, and I actually thought it was 2014, and I looked
that.
this up.
I thought she'd be like 2016, 2017. I am so out of it. I don't know.
I'm out of it too. Like, I don't know when Dolls released.
I have no idea.
Question number 2. Olivia Rodrigo starred as Grace in her movie.
True?
Correct.
She's the one that released that new song, right?
I still haven't listened to it.
It's so depressing. I'm like, I feel that. I'm not even heartbroken, and I'm like, this is, wow, okay.
She's like one of the other like AG stars who like starred in an AG movie and has like, her career is growing so much, so.
That's crazy. Good for her.
So the third one is Nikki's dog was named Rocky.
Sprocket.
So false?
Yes, false.
Yes, correct. It is Sprocket. So the next one is American Girl got sold to Mattel in 1998 for $700 million.
I know it was 98, but I don't know how much they paid for it. I feel like it'd be more than that, but I'm gonna go sure. Yeah, true.
It is true.
I guess 700 million is a lot of money, but like...
It's definitely grown, I feel, over time.
Yeah,
though.
you'd think. I would hope so.
That was before Girl of the Year, too.
Yeah, okay. Makes more sense then. Okay, yeah.
And the last statement is that there are 27 Truly Me dolls that have ever been made that have bangs.
I feel like the first 30 had bangs. I don't know. We're gonna go true. It's probably like one off.
It is true.
Okay.
I like went on American Girl Wikipedia, the visual guide, and then I like counted every single one with bangs.
Some of them look exactly the same.
I'm
like, why are they?
I talked about that in my video of dolls I'll never get. Like, there's so many blonde dolls with bangs.
Blue eyes. Yeah, I know. I had to figure out if I got a Kirsten, but I wasn't sure if it was Kirsten or number 3. So I had to like do all this crazy research, try to figure out what it was. I'm like, I don't know.
I think that's another reason I don't like Kirsten that much. She just looks too much like a Truly Me.
Exactly. But I'm like, if I'm gonna get all the historicals, I gotta get Kirsten, you know? So I found her for a really good deal. I'm like, why not? I don't know.
So we're gonna now move on to some questions about your personal life, and so we get to know you a bit more as a person and not necessarily just I collect dolls. So you talk about your boyfriend a lot on your channel. Has he always been supportive of your doll hobby?
Yes, he is totally a nerd. Like, he's got all kinds of, I don't even know. He's got like figurines, he does like games and stuff. So it was nothing new to him. Like, he loves collecting. And honestly, like, I didn't start really doing this again until I started dating him, or like a long time after, but like he kind of like made me want to do that again, because I'm like, I don't have a hobby, you do, like I'm bored, I need something. And like it was kind of fun to be like, there's something I do like, and I kept forgetting about it, and it's dolls, so let's just go back to it, you know?
So what are some of your interests outside of American Girl?
Oh geez, I don't know. I feel like my entire life has turned into this pretty much in the last few months. I feel like that's all I do in my free time. I just make videos, but I love editing stuff. Music's a huge thing for me. I spend a lot of time with my pets. Like, I really love anything like animal related. I'm really into. What else do I do? I don't even know what I do. I'm artsy. I like doing that. I've been trying to take up some stuff. Like, I'm snowboarding a lot this year, hopefully. You know, just trying to find things that make me excited, but also, no, YouTube's pretty much taken up a lot of my life. Traveling is my favorite thing, but I haven't been able to do that for a while. I love doing that. I love going anywhere. Like, being on the beach is my favorite thing. I like ATVs and like going out in the woods and stuff. That's probably a huge thing for me in the summer. But yeah, in the winter, I don't usually have a lot going on.
So you work as a lifeguard. So what is your favorite part of your job?
Honestly, just the people I'm around, like the other guards. It's like pretty much crazy. Like, we're all pretty much the same age. So it's just like a big, like, fun thing. It's kind of like going back to school, but like not the school part, you know? So it's interesting because you meet all these people and like everyone's like dating everybody else. And like, it's really funny because there's like lots going on and lots of drama, but it's just like in general, like a fun atmosphere, I think. It can be stressful though, but for the most part, it's usually pretty good.
So do you have any crazy stories that you can share from your lifeguarding experience?
Oh, geez. Oh, there's so many. I don't know. I feel like, what's the best one? I mean, kids all the time will try to go down the slide standing up and almost crawl out of the slide and die. Like, that's a regular occurrence, like pretty much every day. It's not good. I mean, people get stuck in slides sometimes because they don't know what's going on. Slides are really a big problem.
That was my biggest fear as a kid, like all the covered slides, like yes. I was terrified I would get stuck.
Oh yeah, I was always scared. I'm super claustrophobic, so like I go to this like water park every year or so, and there's this really tiny slide that's like just big enough for your body, and it's completely covered, and I'm like, I could never go in there. I feel like I'd get stuck, and then the water would go and I'd drown, and it's just so bad. I don't know.
So who are some YouTubers that you watch outside of AGTube?
I kind of just watch like a bunch of, I feel like most of the people that I used to watch like are not making videos anymore. Like, I love Jenna Marbles. She was my favorite. I watched her all the time. I watch a YouTuber that does all Disney stuff called Emily Enchanted because I'm obsessed with Disney, and so I watch her all the time.
She's the one who like worked there, right?
Mm-hmm. The Disney college program. Yes.
I've seen a few of her videos.
I love her. She's so awesome. Who else do I watch? I've been watching a lot of new people lately. I watch this one girl. I'm obsessed with her now. Her name is Julia Nolke. Or Julie Nolke, I think Julie Nolke, and she makes like little skits. They're like 5 minutes each, and they're so short, but they're so funny, and I watch her constantly now. I've seen every video. I don't know. I just love funny stuff.
The last personal related question. I know you like Survivor. You've talked about it in one of your videos. I watch it too, and I know a few people in the community who do. Oh, so who are some of your favorite players of all time?
Rupert. He's the best. Rupert's my favorite. It was season 7. I just finished that a couple days ago. He's by far my favorite Survivor. I love, who else was I watching? I don't know. Like, I get attached to some people and they almost always get eliminated pretty quick. I liked in season 28, the first season I watched, I really liked Spencer. Who else? There's so many good ones. And I can't think of any of them right now. My boyfriend's like, we should go on.
I'm a bit newer.
Oh yeah, I just started watching it like 2 months ago.
I started with David versus Goliath, and I've seen every season since, and like I've done enough like research to like know like all the famous players, and I can name a lot of the seasons and really important stuff, but our Amazon Prime doesn't have all the Survivor seasons, and I'm not paying for CBS All Access, so I'm just stuck.
I know. I think the player I really don't like is Tony.
Why? He's a llama.
I can't deal with Tony. I can't. Me and my boyfriend, like, we're so mad. We hated that season. We watched it together. I'm like, I just cannot stand him. Like, he lied so much. And I get that's what it's about, but I'm like, I don't even like, normally liars are likable for me, and I just couldn't get behind him. And I was like, no, I'm so sad you won. Like, I didn't want you to win.
His first season or his second season?
His first.
Or yes, his second one he did terrible. Game Changers, he like was second eliminated.
Oh, yeah, because I haven't seen really anything that anyone else has been on, like, beyond their first season. I haven't gotten any of the, like, repeat kind of stuff, so I pretty much just watch people's first seasons until I know what's going on.
Have you seen Winners at War?
No.
There's a lot of good gameplay there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked, what season was that? Season 15, I think, because Todd won it, and I was like, I love him. My boyfriend hated him, and I was like, I love him. He's great. He's so sneaky, and I loved it.
Is that the flight attendant?
Yes.
I haven't watched it, but I know.
I love him. I love him. I was like, you're my favorite ever. Like, you need to come back all the time. So smart. I loved it.
So I think we're going to end off the episode by talking about American Girl in general. So what drew you to American Girl over other types of dolls?
They're the only thing it's weird, I've never been into anything like doll related unless they were American Girl. Like, I've never been into Barbies or like Bratz or anything. Like, I had some, but I never really cared about them. I've never had an Our Generation doll, like anything. It's only ever been AG. I think it's because my grandma was really into dolls and she had a lot of porcelain dolls. And so she got me into like the AG catalogs, and I think I was 6 at the time. And they're the only thing I've ever liked, but I think I was just so obsessed with Marisol that it was like, okay, I'm gonna get one, and then from there, you know, you get addicted. I don't know. I don't really like anything else though. I've tried to like buy a couple things and I just always give them away because I'm like, I just can't get into it.
AG is creating a new line of Doll of Color dolls, and I'm just curious, what are your thoughts and hopes for this new line that should be coming out later this year?
I'm excited if they do it well. Like, I'm really excited for that to happen if they do it right. But I'm also kind of mad because I feel like they're trying to do that instead of adding one to the Girl of the Year line, which, like, the Girl of the Year line is like the most exciting, super like awesome line of American Girl, like the thing everyone knows about, the thing everyone looks forward to. And I feel like it's kind of crazy for them to make an entire new line instead of just adding a doll that we all want to see in that line. And obviously add more too, like the historicals or whatever, but I find it weird they had to make an entire new line for their Doll of Colors. Like, I don't really know that that says the right thing.
Yeah, like, shouldn't we be just treating them just the same as any other doll?
Exactly. But I've also heard rumors, I hope they're not true, that they're gonna take some of the Truly Me's and retire them, kind of like they did with Gabriella, which I guarantee, I don't see that happening. I feel like they wouldn't be...
Same.
I feel like they wouldn't be dumb enough to do that, you know, after the first time, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
I have the same mindset, like, Gabriella was received so poorly because she was a recycled Truly Me, and if American Girl is dumb enough to make that same mistake, like, come on.
I feel like a lot's riding on it.
I just want new African American face molds and new Asian face molds.
Yes, I want to see, like, even the face molds we already have, like, in different tones, so you don't have to necessarily get them from the Create Your Own line. Like a dark-skinned Jess mold, like a light-skinned Addie mold.
That'd be so pretty.
Sonali mold, like, I don't care. I just want something new. I don't want another, like, that second to lightest skin, like, classic mold that we see so much. I'm like, can we just not do that for a little while? Like, let's just get something new and exciting and pretty.
And the last question is, what dolls are currently on your wish list?
I've started to decide that I'm gonna start trying to collect all of the historical dolls. So I'm looking into like Molly, Emily, I want Ruthie, Ivy is like number 1 right now for me. Truly Me's, I'm randomly like really drawn right now to number 54. I have no idea why. She's just like the regular Jess mold with bangs. I don't know why I want her so bad, but I really do. Is it 83 and 84 I think that's it right now. I don't really have that many that I'm looking into. I'm kind of caught up. That's kind of sad. That shouldn't be a thing.
So those are all the questions I have for today. So thank you so much for being on DollCast.
Thank you for having me.
If you guys want to check out LynnLife, her YouTube channel and her Instagram will be linked in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Her videos are amazing and I strongly recommend that you guys go check them out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and be sure to follow this podcast if you're watching on a site like Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon with a new episode. Bye!